Chapter 151 My last name is Bai, the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple Bai. Stupid. Another stupid one. Next, he will definitely show an extremely shocked look and ask me if it's true. Then he immediately ran out of the guest room and ordered a table of delicious food and wine for me, and finally left with the painting in excitement. Looking at Yifeng, who was standing there stupidly, Bai Lei's mind had already flashed the following series of plots skillfully. Do you look down on me? However, when he heard Yifeng's question, Bai Lei was dumbfounded. When did I look down on you? And what are you thinking about when you don't want to paint? Brother, I don't understand what you mean. With doubts, Bai Lei also looked at Yifeng and asked. What do you mean? You still have the nerve to ask me what I mean? Do you really think I can't afford this painting? I, Yifeng, am so poor now that I only have money left. Tell me the market price of this painting, and I will buy it at 10 times the price. Someone actually dared to spend money in front of him. Even if Yifeng spent more spirit stones or spirit crystals, he must get back this place. Hearing this, Bai Lei was numb. You insist on spending 10 times the market price on something that can be bought with the money of a meal. You are such a spendthrift. Swish. Thinking of this, Bai Lei directly put away the painting on the table, then looked at Yifeng with a weird look and said, You are sick, but I don't have medicine, so I won't sell the painting, bye. With that, Bai Lei turned around and walked towards the door. Gulp, however, just after opening the door, a handsome young man in a white robe appeared in front of him, and a sharp mantis arm appeared on his neck, which made him swallow his saliva in fear. Go back. Okay. Bai Lei walked back into the room with a touch of embarrassment, and the blood-sucking mantis outside the door gently closed the door again, as if nothing had happened. Young Master Yi, I'll give you this painting. I really don't know the market price of this painting. In fact, I stole this painting from my master, just to exchange it for a meal. My master forced me to study painting every day, but I didn't like it at all. I thought that I would be expelled from the master in this way. Who would have thought that the old man could really stand it? I have secretly sold more than a dozen paintings, but he still kept me. In case Yifeng didn't believe what he said, Bai Lei also told some of his actual situation. Don't know the market price? However, Yifeng was not interested in Bai Lei's situation at all, but he had to buy this painting today by spending money. No matter what the other party's reason was, as a spendthrift, how could he let others step on his head and spend money? Wait. At this moment, Yifeng suddenly thought of the painting containing the ruthless sword intent. Using a painting of the sword law to exchange for a painting of the sword heart realm, isn't this a waste? I can regain my reputation as a prodigal, and I can also sell off today's prodigal product. It's a two birds with one stone deal. Since you don't know the market price of this painting, let's trade it for a painting. Yifeng took out the painting with the ruthless sword intent from the system space, and then threw it to Bai Lei. Why is this painting so ugly? However, when Yifeng heard Bai Lei's evaluation of his painting, he was stunned. Is it a question of whether it's ugly or not? It contains the ruthless sword intent of the sword law. You've studied the art of painting so much that you can't detect it at all? Yifeng looked at Bai Lei with a look of disgust on his face. Although he successfully sold off the painting, he really wanted to get it back. Master, there is a stronger person than me rushing here quickly. His aura has locked onto the guest room you are in. Do you want me to use the 9 dragons, burning heaven cauldron, to get rid of him first? At this moment, the voice of the blood-sucking mantis suddenly rang out from Yifeng's mind. No need. You should open a guest room next door first. The other party should be targeting this idiot selling paintings. Pung. A moment later, an old man in a white robe kicked open the door and strode in, his eyes falling directly on Bai Lei. Bai Lei, you evil disciple, I'm painting. Seeing Bai Lei, who was so confident, the old man was so angry that he shouted. Scum? Brother, did you offend your parents when you were born? Otherwise, why would you be given such a resounding name? After hearing the old man's words, Yi Feng also showed an extremely shocked expression and looked at Bai Lei and asked. God, did you offend your parents when you were born? My last name is Bai, the white of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. My name is Bai Lei, not Scum. Hearing Yi Feng's question and seeing Yi Feng's extremely serious look, Bai Lei was so angry in his heart. Master, don't think of scolding me again today. This time I didn't exchange your painting for wine, but exchanged a painting with this brother. After explaining his name clearly, Bai Lei looked at the old man and shook the ugly painting that had been rolled up in his hand, and said with a smug look. You prodigal son. Do you know that the death sword intent contained in my painting is the death sword intent of the sword heart realm? Do you know how much I paid to complete this painting? I had to pay that sword cultivator to let him observe for 7 days and 7 nights, before he completed this painting. Yi Feng, who was standing aside, heard the old man scolding Bai Lei, but suddenly felt a little awkward. Prodigal son is his exclusive title. My friend, my disciple is not very good at painting. Even the death sword intent in this painting can only be felt with my help. Moreover, you are young and promising. At such a young age, you already have the death sword intent of the sword heart realm. This painting is actually not very useful to you. After scolding Bai Lei, the old man immediately put on a smile and looked at Yi Feng to discuss. At the same time, he was also shocked by Yi Feng's death sword intent. At such a young age, he had the death sword intent of the sword heart realm. There must be a powerful force behind this kind of demon-level genius. It was precisely because of this concern that the old man could only try to get his painting back in a negotiating tone. No wonder that idiot couldn't detect the ruthless sword intent in my painting. It turns out that he is a waste. Hearing the old man's words, Yi Feng also understood instantly. Senior, I'm so sorry, our transaction has been completed. As he said, Yi Feng picked up the painting containing the death sword intent on the table and tore it in half in front of the old man and Bai Lei. The painters in this world are a bit poor. Such a high-level painting is made with such ordinary paper. I didn't even use much force and it was torn into pieces. It feels like a joke. Looking at the painting torn in half, Yi Feng couldn't help but complain. How could Yi Feng know that these painting papers that can be integrated into the artistic conception are fragile, but they are extremely precious, and they are also extremely complicated and difficult to make. Every time a painting is completed, there will be a special frame to protect it. Although Bai Lei stole the painting, a little conscience in his heart still made him leave the frame to his master. Chapter 152. Let me make it clear first, I don't want this idiot. It's ruined. He's also a prodigal son. This painting is one of my 5 favorite paintings. Looking at the painting torn in half on the ground, Luoqing wanted to cry to death. Huh. After trying to calm down, Luoqing looked at Bai Lei and said, Open the painting in your hand and show it to me. Boom. As Bai Lei unfolded the painting completely, a domineering and ruthless sword intent burst out from the swordsman with only a back in the portrait. At this moment, Luoqing was horrified to find that this terrifying ruthless sword intent was about to cut off all his emotions. Tear. As the sound of a painting being torn rang out, Luoqing instantly woke up from the endless state of fear. The law of the sword. The ruthless sword way. Luoqing, who had recovered from his shock, immediately realized the horror of this painting. Wait. At this moment, Luoqing looked at the painting that was torn in half, and then looked at Bai Lei, who looked indifferent. At this moment, he felt his heart was broken. This idiot actually tore up my painting? I tore up a painting of the sword heart realm, and you tore up a painting of the sword realm in return. Do you really want to compete with me? Seeing this scene, Yi Feng, who was standing by, was so angry that he wanted to use the eyes of destruction to send the other party home. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing today's prodigal product. You will be rewarded with 1,000 prodigal points and 10,000 painting path awareness fragments. Just when Yi Feng was furious, the system's prompt sound suddenly rang. Scumbag. No, Bai Lei, do you know how others call me? Seeing the special reward given by the system, Yi Feng felt that it was time for revenge. If you dare to be a prodigal in front of the prodigal god, who will go to hell if you don't? What do you call me? Bai Lei was curious when he heard Yi Feng's strange question. Prodigal son. Everyone who knows me calls me a prodigal son, and even wants to call me the strongest prodigal son. No one dares to be a prodigal son in front of me, but you did it, and you slapped me in the face one after another, so I think we can continue to play. Yi Feng looked at Bai Lei and said seriously. Hey! 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 Are you too crazy? What, do you feel honored to be a prodigal? Hearing Yi Feng's words, Luoqing was almost mad. He never dreamed that the title of prodigal would be so fiercely contested. Brother Yi Feng, you can't compare with me. I have a master who allows me to be a prodigal, do you have one? I can easily take out an extremely valuable painting and spend it on it, can you? As for your broken painting, my master can draw better with his mouth. Peng. Hearing this, Luoqing, who was standing by, kicked Bai Lei to the ground with a frown on his face, and shouted angrily, who the hell used his mouth to paint? Not only did he ruin my painting, but he also dared to destroy my reputation. Do you believe that I will plug your mouth with a paintbrush when I go back? At this point, Luoqing continued angrily, I asked you to study painting well, but you didn't listen. Do you know that even all the paintings I have painted in my life are not as good as the one you just tore up? What capital do you have to compete with others to ruin the family? So what? No matter how precious this painting is, he dares not to tear it up, but I dare to tear it up. In terms of ruining the family, it has to be me, Bai Lei. Although he was shocked by Yi Feng's painting, the atmosphere was set off to this point. How could he admit defeat? Interesting. You have successfully aroused my desire to win. As he said this, Yi Feng took out 10,000 pieces of painting enlightenment fragments from the space ring with a playful look. Stunned. Looking at the pile of 10,000 pieces of enlightenment fragments that exuded the aura of painting, Luoqing and Bai Lei were all stunned. Even though Bai Lei doesn't like the Tao of painting, he has followed his master for more than 10 years and is very clear about how precious this fragment of Tao of painting is. Handsome blood, hold him down for me. Today I will let him know what a real loser is. Peng. As Yi Feng finished speaking, the blood-sucking mantis in the guest room next door smashed the wall with a heavenly furnace and walked over with arrogant steps. Wait. Brother, I was wrong. You are the first loser, I am willing to be the second, okay? Master, save me, this loser wants to fuse the fragments of Tao of painting with me. I don't want it. Looking at Bai Lei, who was held down by the blood-sucking mantis and was being fused with fragments of Tao of painting one by Yi Feng, Luoqing was completely dumbfounded. 100 pieces. No, as long as there are 50 fragments of Tao of painting, he is willing to give everything. A total of 10,000 pieces of painting enlightenment fragments were all given to a person who hated painting. For the first time, Luoqing felt the oppression brought by the prodigal son. He had never thought that a person who was just a prodigal son could bring him such a terrifying oppression. After a while, Bai Lei, who was sitting on the ground, felt that his life had suddenly become gloomy. The full 10,000 pieces of painting enlightenment fragments. As long as his soul is strong enough, as long as his painting skills are constantly improved, as long as he is given the right object to observe, it is as easy as taking something out of a bag to draw a realm-level artistic conception. Brother Yi, it's just a false name. Do you want to be so prodigal? I don't like painting at all. Why do you torture me like this? After a long silence, Bai Lei finally looked at Yi Feng, who was full of pride, and cried. False name? In your eyes, the prodigal son may be just a false name, but in my eyes, it is sacred and solemn, and it cannot tolerate the slightest violation. As he said, Yi Feng directly signaled to the blood-sucking mantis on the side. Pung. Seeing Yi Feng's eyes signaling over, the blood-sucking mantis raised his right hand with understanding, and a pale blue flame instantly burned from his right hand. Innate heart fire. This is impossible. How can a big demon like you have the innate heart fire that only humans have? Seeing the pale blue flame, Luoqing on the side exclaimed instantly. I was originally a demon, but my master wanted me to become an alchemy demon. As he spoke, the blood-sucking mantis slowly raised his left hand, and a purple flame flashing with lightning instantly emerged. Crazy! You are absolutely crazy. You are the most prodigal. That's my life's heart fire. You gave it to the big monster, but you gave it to two. Even if I'm not an alchemist, I'm going crazy now. After saying that, Luoqing was so angry that he kicked Bai Lei, who was stunned, to the ground again, and then cursed, Look, this guy is a prodigal, yours is nothing. I don't care. Now your understanding of painting is better than mine. I have nothing to teach you. From now on, you are expelled from the sect, and the fate of our master and apprentice is also. Before Luoqing finished speaking, Yi Feng realized that something was wrong and interrupted him. Let me make it clear first, I don't want this idiot. Chapter 153. This sect is too evil, I'm a little panicked. Huh? Hearing this, Luoqing was confused all of a sudden. He really wanted Bai Lei to follow Yi Feng, not because Yi Feng was rich, but because he felt that Yi Feng could control Bai Lei. If he continues to go back with me, then Bai Lei's current powerful painting perception will be wasted. Master, I feel that this idiot can be brought back to the sect. If he is trained well, he will definitely be a good loser. At this time, the blood-sucking mantis suddenly walked to Yi Feng and whispered his thoughts. Although this guy is a bit of an idiot, he does have some potential to lose the family, but the master has said that I can't take anyone back. Yi Feng also told the blood-sucking mantis the only problem that needs to be solved at present. Master, I also know a thing or two about you human race. You can say that you specially invited this idiot back to paint a portrait for the sect master. The sect master will definitely not find anything wrong with you. As a woman who doesn't want to preserve her beautiful side. Damn. Hearing the blood-sucking mantis's thoughts, Yi Feng exclaimed, Good guy, you also call this knowing a thing or two about the human race? Master Yi, I really can't control this evil disciple. I feel that only you can control him. If you don't accept him, his life will be ruined, and the 10,000 pieces of painting enlightenment fragments will be wasted. Luoqing looked at Yi Feng unwillingly and asked again. Okay, I'll accept it. Hearing Yi Feng's words, Luoqing was dumbfounded, and Bai Lei panicked. Just now, he had predicted and rejected him sternly, but now he accepted him so easily? Disciple, our master-disciple relationship has ended. In the future, you should practice hard with Master Yi. After being stunned, Luoqing laughed and left the guest room quickly. Bai Lei, your master just threw you away like this? Don't you worry whether I will harm you? Looking at Luoqing, who was leaving, Yi Feng really didn't expect that the other party would leave so freely. What about the friendship between master and disciple? If a person who is willing to waste 10,000 pieces of painting enlightenment fragments wants to harm me, would he go to such trouble? I have a sound transmission jade pendant on me. Based on my understanding of master, I estimate that he will come to see me in 2 months. If he finds that I have not changed, he will definitely take me away. Do you think he really threw me away like this? But I left, and he was free and easy. Sighing, Bailey also explained with a wry smile. A certain brothel. Finally, someone took over the evil disciple, and it can be regarded as a relief. Keep playing the music and dancing. Looking at the beauties around him, Luoqing laughed with shining eyes. On the other side, after leaving the restaurant, Leng Wufeng also rushed over. When the three people and the demon passed by a brothel, Bailey suddenly said, "Believe it or not, my master must be in there now. I am greedy for wine, he is after sex. Don't look at his righteous appearance, he is actually an LS. Brother Yi, we are fellow practitioners anyway. When I go to your sect, can you not let me study painting?" After complaining about his master, Bailey also looked at Yifeng expectantly and asked. Yes. Yifeng looked at Bailey, who was full of expectations, and smiled and answered. After a while. 9th grade flying spiritual weapon. Extreme speed flight. Brother Yi, you are the one who loses money. Sitting on the 9th grade gourd flying spiritual weapon, feeling the pleasure brought by extreme speed flight, Bailey was really excited. After all, when sitting on his master's 9th grade flying spiritual weapon before, his master didn't dare to use it at full power. Brother Shui, the big cauldron you smashed the wall with looks pretty good. A yellow grade one is definitely not worthy of your status. It should be a black grade furnace cauldron. Seeing that Yifeng, Leng Wufeng and the blood-sucking mantis didn't say anything, Bailey also brought up a topic out of boredom. Too small. You have a small mind. With your mind, you dare to compete with the master in spending money. You are really overestimating yourself. My furnace cauldron is a heaven-grade furnace cauldron. You may not believe it, but it does not mean that the master does not have one. The master's spending money is far beyond your imagination. You will know it later. Your awareness of spending money needs to be improved. Hearing Bailey's words, the blood-sucking mantis also shook his head and explained with a smile. Heaven-grade furnace cauldron? It's funny. That thing is not the lifeblood of the weapon refiner. You use it to smash the wall. Bailey was really dumbfounded. Although he didn't believe it in his heart, he couldn't find any reason for the other party to deceive him. Brother Wufeng, you are wearing a pill robe. I wonder what rank of alchemist you are. After being defeated by the blood-sucking mantis, Bailey chatted with Leng Wufeng directly. I was indeed a 3rd-rank alchemist before, but now I have changed my career to become a chef. In the future, I will follow the rarer cooking path. Leng Wufeng smiled and explained after hearing this. A big monster smashed the wall with a heavenly furnace. A big monster also has 2 kinds of life heart fire, ready to become the first alchemy monster on the continent. An alchemist changed his career to become a chef. This sect is too weird. At this moment, Bailey was a little panicked. He hoped that his master would appear at this time and take him away immediately. There was no rest at night, and he was still on the road at full speed. At noon the next day, the 3 people and the monster finally returned to Xinghuan sect. That's it? Looking at the small sect in front of him, Bailey felt like he was being cheated. The sect that such a prodigal son belongs to is just such a small sect? Wait. What the hell is that? Just when Bailey was about to complain, a little yellow dog flying on a sword in the distance shocked him. A dog is actually flying on a sword. Who would dare to believe this if they didn't see it with their own eyes? Yes, the little yellow dog has made rapid progress. Now he can even fly with a sword. Yes, plus the yellow dog sword Heart Realm Huangquan sword intent, he has already formed the prototype of the best sword dog on the continent. Hearing the words of Leng Wufeng and the blood-sucking mantis, Bailey got goosebumps all over his body. A dog with the sword Heart Realm Huangquan sword intent is bound to become the best sword dog on the continent. A blood-sucking mantis has 2 life-defining heart fires and is bound to become the best alchemy mantis on the continent. What is going on in this sect? Do they want people to live? For the first time. For the first time, Bai Lei felt that he was not as good as a dog and a mantis. Sword dog, eat my tripod. At this moment, with a roar, Bai Tianhen, stepping on a flying sword and holding a giant tripod, flew from the sect at a high speed and rushed directly towards the little yellow dog. Boom! The terrifying Huangquan sword intent instantly burst out from the little yellow dog's body, and as his right front paw tapped the flying sword under him, a similar flying sword instantly separated and flew out. Double swords. Seeing the little yellow dog stepping on the flying sword, holding a flying sword in his mouth and fighting with the old man holding the giant tripod with the terrifying Huangquan sword intent, Bai Lei below was stunned. Chapter 154, Can you do something human? Brother Yi, does your sect specialize in training big monsters? After being shocked, Bai Lei also looked at Yi Feng and asked. No, there are only two big monsters in the sect at present, one is the blood-sucking mantis, and the other is the sword dog fighting in the sky. Hearing this, Yi Feng also explained with a smile. Young Master Yi, you are back. At this time, the Golden Will Emperor, who was carrying 2 buckets to fetch water from the peak, saw Yi Feng and greeted him respectfully. It's just right. From today on, you will take him to work together. Seeing the Golden Will Emperor, Yi Feng also directly decided on Bai Lei's identity. Since you don't want to delve into painting, then you can be a chores, and you have to help the sect master draw portraits when you have nothing to do. Chores? Let me be a chores? Hearing this, Bai Lei was shocked. Young Master Yi, is he also an ascended strongman? After hearing this, the Golden Will Emperor realized that Bai Lei only had the strength of the 9th peak of the Purple Mansion realm, and asked with a little doubt. Ascended strongman? Are all the people in this sect mentally ill? What ascended expert would be so stupid as to run to such a small sect to be a errand boy? After hearing what Emperor Jinluan said, Bai Lei really wanted to leave, otherwise he was afraid that if he stayed in this evil sect for too long, he would become abnormal. Go. Must go. Take the bucket and pretend to fetch water with the other party, and then leave directly. Thinking of this, Bai Lei quickly made a decision. Little brother, you have gained a lot from Master Yi. Tell me, how much benefit did you get to be lured back by Master Yi? The Golden Will Emperor looked at Bai Lei with curiosity and asked. In the past few days, he knew a lot of things. All the elders in the sect came here more or less because of Yi Feng. At the same time, he finally understood why so many people asked him how much benefit he got to come here as an errand boy. Benefit? What benefit? Are those 10,000 pieces of painting enlightenment fragments considered benefits? I was thrown away by my master and taken in by Yi Feng. Why are the people in this sect so strange? Boom. Just when the two of them arrived at the foot of the peak, a large eagle monster with a terrifying aura appeared in the distance. Run away. Before Bai Lei could finish, the Golden Will Emperor frowned and said, This is the 8th great monster above the Tribulation realm in the past 2 days. As he spoke, a golden light flashed in the eyes of the Golden Will Emperor, and the eyes of the terrifying great eagle monster of the 8th level of the Tribulation realm were instantly dulled, and the whole body fell vertically to the ground without control. Let's go, take the great eagle monster back, and we can improve the food tonight. After hearing this, if Bai Lei still couldn't guess that it must be the burly man in front of him who suddenly attacked, then he would really be a fool. Brother Jean, how strong are you? I can ascend at any time, but when I'm here, even if I want to ascend, I have to look up to Master Yi. It's over. Hearing this, Bai Lei was completely dumbfounded. It's ridiculous that he still wants to run away. The ascending master has to look up to Yi Feng if he wants to ascend. He still wants to run away? Not to mention running away, as long as Yi Feng doesn't let him go, even his master can't take him away. Let the ascending master do chores, this sect is definitely crazy. In the sect hall. bring back another one? As expected of the master's direct disciple, you really expanded the sect with your own strength. When Luo Qianxue learned that Yifeng brought back another person, she also gritted her teeth and stared at Yifeng and spoke word by word. Master, you really wronged me this time. The person I brought back this time is a painter. I think they can even integrate all kinds of sword and knife meanings into the painting. If I paint a portrait for you, I will definitely be able to perfectly present your beauty. Yifeng looked at Luo Qianxue and explained seriously. Yes, I wronged you this time. Looking at Luo Qianxue, whose polarity reversed so quickly, Yifeng couldn't believe his ears. Hey, woman! Yifeng thought speechlessly at this time. Where is he? Let me see his level first. Luo Qianxue asked impatiently at this time. Although she had heard of painting cultivators, she had never met one in the lower world. This. Master, although he has a talent for painting, he hates it very much. It may take some time for him to paint. At present, I have asked him to follow Jinluan to do odd jobs. Yifeng did not expect Luo Qianxue to be so impatient for the portrait, so he could only bite the bullet and explain. Is that so? Since he has joined the Xinghuan sect, he is a member of the Xinghuan sect in life and a ghost of the Xinghuan sect in death. We must not let him leave, and we must hurry to make him like painting. It was not easy to meet a painting cultivator. How could Luo Qianxue let go of this walking camera? Master, with your words, even if the King of Heaven comes, he can't take him away, I said. Seeing that Luo Qianxue was so concerned about Bai Lei, Yifeng also patted his chest and promised. Okay, let's not talk about this painting repair for now. Tell me what you did with Leng Wufeng and the blood-sucking mantis this time. Luo Qianxue looked at Yifeng with great curiosity and asked. Tianhen City, alchemy competition. You made a magic pill in front of hundreds of thousands of alchemists, and then you were trampled into magic pill mud? And those hundreds of thousands of alchemists not only didn't beat you to death, but were extremely grateful to you. You have 2 natal heart fire origins in your hand, and you gave them all to the blood-sucking mantis, preparing to train it into the continent's #1 alchemy mantis? By the way, you went to Wanhua Valley. The owner of Wanhua Valley is not a spendthrift, and then you tortured the 3 great ancestors of Wanhua Valley to death? Are you still a human being? Look at these things, which one can be done by a human being? Getting more and more crazy. Luo Qianxue felt that Yifeng's squandering was getting more and more crazy. Although she didn't witness these things with her own eyes, she felt distressed just by listening to them. Yifeng, won't your heart hurt? So many good things were just squandered, don't you feel uncomfortable? Hearing this, Yifeng felt that it was useless to explain, and he was ready to change his way of thinking to answer Luo Qianxue. Crack! As the right foot with spiritual power suddenly exerted force, the floor tiles under his feet shattered instantly. Master, if this floor tile made of earth spirit power is broken, will you feel bad? Yifeng looked at Luo Qianxue and asked with a smile. Yes. Hearing this unexpected answer, looking at Luo Qianxue who was shaking uncontrollably, Yifeng asked in confusion, Master, I can easily condense tens of thousands of these broken floor tiles, and you feel bad about it? I set up a formation in this sect hall, but you just destroyed the center of the formation. Tell me if I feel bad or not. Crazy, Luo Qianxue was really going crazy at this time. She never dreamed that someone would be bored enough to destroy the floor tiles in the sect hall, so she didn't add any protection to the array of this low-profile version of the Wuji Xianling array. Who would have thought that Yifeng's kick was really damn accurate? Chapter 155. Who wouldn't be confused if this array I was placed here? Seriously. Hearing this, Yifeng's eyes lit up and he instantly became energetic. This evil disciple. He destroyed my array. Not only did he not have any apology, but he instantly became excited. He wanted to anger me to death, before I ascended. Seeing Yifeng's excited look, if she hadn't been afraid of the one-armed madman who suppressed the way of heaven, she would have taught her disciple a lesson long ago. Master, I felt you were doing great in the upper realm, but how come I am living such a miserable life now that I am the master? I don't even have the ability to teach my disciples. Thinking of how she was taught a lesson by her master in the upper realm, and how she finally got the turn to be the master, but she didn't dare to do anything to her disciples, she felt so frustrated as a master. System, I destroyed the master's array. Do I have to compensate with a more powerful one? Yifeng asked the system excitedly at this time. Ding. The formation of the sect's main hall is a low-end version of the Wuji Shanling formation. The main reason is that it is impossible to find a suitable formation in Shantian continent. Ding. Give the host the Wuji Juling stone. This stone can be used to replace the low-end version of the formation and can maximize the effect of this formation. After hearing the system's answer, Yifeng looked directly at Luo Qianxue and said, Master, it's just a formation I will give you a better one. Give me one? This replacement low-end version of the formation was obtained at a great cost by me with the power of Xingji sect. You still want to give me a better one? Can you give me a Wuji Juling stone that is extremely scarce in the upper realm? Wait. Thinking of this, Luo Qianxue's eyes showed a hint of expectation. Others don't have it, but it doesn't mean that I, the prodigal disciple, don't have it. If I can really get a fist-sized Wuji Juling stone, then with the Wuji Shanling formation and the pure spirit body, my cultivation speed can definitely be increased by dozens of times. Pung. With a muffled sound, Yifeng patted the 3-meter-high Wuji Juling stone beside him and said, Master, how about using this thing as the center of the formation for you? It's definitely big enough. Even if others want to destroy it, they have to spend some effort. Definitely big enough? This is really big. I thought Yifeng could just take out a fist-sized Wuji Juling stone, but who would have thought that he could come up with such a big piece? System, did you give it too small? Master didn't react at all. No, change it to a big one for me, the kind that can directly hit the roof of the hall. It must be at least 7 meters. As he said that, Yifeng directly put the 3-meter-high Wuji Juling stone in front of him into the system space. What are you doing? You said you would change the formation for me, why did you take it away again? Are you playing tricks on Master? Boom. Just when Luo Qianxue was puzzled, with a loud noise, a 7-meter-high Wuji gathering spirit stone as big as a hill appeared directly in front of the two of them. Master, is this big enough? If this formation is placed here, who wouldn't be confused? Yifeng looked at Luo Qianxue and said excitedly. I don't know if others are confused or not. But you are afraid that others don't know where the formation is, right? Whose formation would be so big? Do you have no bottom line now? Even the Wuji Holy Land in the upper realm dare not squander the Wuji gathering spirit stone like this. This formation also has its limits. A fist-sized Wuji gathering spirit stone is enough. Luo Qianxue took a deep breath, then looked at Yifeng and said. If her master in the upper world saw her using such a large piece of Wuji Juling stone as the center of the formation, he would probably teach her a lesson on the spot. Is the size of a fist enough? Hearing this, Yifeng walked directly towards the heaven-level furnace cauldron not far away. That was the heaven-level furnace cauldron belonging to Luo Qianxue. Wait. Yifeng, what are you going to do? Seeing Yifeng holding the huge cauldron, Luo Qianxue instantly became uneasy. Boom! As Yifeng smashed the huge Wuji gathering spirit stone with a powerful cauldron, Luo Qianxue's heart was bleeding when she saw the flying stones. Prodigal son. This crazy prodigal son, do you want to completely destroy this Wuji gathering spirit stone, leaving only a fist-sized piece in the end? Cut off a piece as the eye of the formation, and keep the rest? Even if you want to smash it, why don't you smash it in a place where I can't see it? 80. 80. 80. Yi Feng smashed the Wuji gathering spirit stone frantically with excitement. Since the fist size is enough, what's the point of keeping the rest? 10 minutes later. When Yi Feng wiped the sweat from his forehead and handed the fist-sized Wuji gathering spirit stone in his hand to Luo Qianxue, he said, "Master, I'll leave first if there's nothing else." One kick destroyed the eye of the formation. First 3 meters. Then 7 meters. Finally, all of them were smashed, leaving only a fist-sized Wuji gathering spirit stone. Did this prodigal have everything planned out? Thinking of this, looking at the Wuji jeweling stone smashed into pieces all over the ground, Luo Qianxue was going crazy. If I had known that this would be the outcome, I might as well have used the entire Wuji jeweling stone as the center of the formation. Ding! Congratulations to the host for triggering the prodigal behavior. Reward 100,000 prodigal points. Reward Tiandao order *1. Hearing the system prompt sound in his mind, Yi Feng also checked today's prodigal products with satisfaction. He traveled at full speed last night, but he slept until noon today. Then he dealt with these things, and then he remembered that he had not checked today's waste product. Today's waste product, 3-leaf fig *100,000. 3-leaf fig, a sweet and delicious spiritual fruit, which cannot be grown in Shantian continent and can only be obtained from the Tiandao battlefield. It is one of the top 10 spiritual fruits in the Tiandao battlefield. Today's waste product is quite interesting. Since there are 100,000, it will definitely not have much impact if I eat a few. It can be ranked among the top 10 spiritual fruits in the Tiandao battlefield. The taste will definitely be extremely explosive. But how to lose it? Yi Feng was also thinking at this time. There was a snowball fight in the last life. Why not gather all the people in the sect to have a fruit fight in this life? Thinking of this, Yi Feng couldn't help laughing. The sect should add some entertainment activities. Under the Xinghuan Peak. Master Zhang, this is probably a small sect. You can call me young master later, and remember not to reveal my identity, otherwise I'm afraid I'll scare the people in this small sect. After all, our Qiyang kingdom controls hundreds of thousands of miles of territory and manages countless large and small sections. If they knew that I was the prince of Qiyang kingdom, I'm afraid they would be really scared. After all, we're just staying here for one night, so don't make too much noise. Zhao Ting looked at the hunchbacked old man beside him and reminded him with a smile. Young master, I will pay attention. The hunchbacked old man also responded with a smile. Chapter 156, The first fruit fighting competition of Xinghuan sect begins. At this time, Yi Feng had already brought everyone from the sect to the open space outside the sect, and all the 99,995 3-leaf figs were taken out and piled on the ground. He just ate 5, and the taste was so good that he wanted to eat dozens of them in one breath, but fortunately he held back in the end. What are they going to do with such a large pile of spiritual fruits? Is it for us to eat all those spiritual fruits? Does it mean that those spiritual fruits also have some special effects, but the taste is extremely unpalatable? Looking at the large pile of spiritual fruits, everyone suddenly thought of the marrow cleansing pills they had eaten, which made them feel terrified. Even Bai Gang, Xiao Chen and Emperor Jinluan, who came later, had a psychological shadow on the marrow cleansing pills that tasted worse than shit. I felt that the sect was a bit too boring when I came back this time, so I prepared an entertainment activity for everyone. Have you seen these spiritual fruits? Let's have a fruit fight today. Then, Yi Feng explained in detail what the fruit fight meant. In short, it was just a matter of hitting the opponent with spiritual fruits. In the end, the one who was hit the most and the one who was hit the least would be punished. The punishment was simple: eat 5,000 marrow cleansing pills. After listening to Yi Feng's explanation of the rules, everyone looked at Yi Feng with horror. The fruit fight was interesting, but the punishment was too cruel. The one who was hit the most would be punished. The one who was hit the least would also be punished. If they were to fight, should they hide or not? If they hide too much, they might become the one who was hit the least. If they hide too little, they might become the one who was hit the most. They never dreamed that Yi Feng was a spendthrift, and the rules designed for an entertainment activity were so perverted. Yi Feng, as the leader of a sect, I may not be suitable for this kind of entertainment. With me here, everyone may not be able to let go. Why don't I go back to practice first? At this time, Luo Qianxue looked at Yi Feng and suddenly said, "Peng." Hearing this, Yi Feng directly took out the 3-meter-high Wuji Juling stone. According to the system, the things awarded by the system could not be taken back. As the leader of a sect, I feel that I need to take the lead in the sect's first entertainment activity. Luo Qianxue knew what Yi Feng meant, and glared at him and gritted her teeth and changed her decision. "Okay, let's get started." As he said that, Yi Feng took several steps back, and everyone was stunned by this scene. "You won't participate?" Luo Qianxue stared at Yi Feng and asked angrily. "I want to participate, but for fairness, there must be someone counting the number of times you are beaten." "What the hell is fairness? If you want to watch the fun from the side, just say so. It's okay for the prodigal to torture us, but now there is another entertainment project. You are entertaining, and we are panicking. Woof woof woof." At this moment, the little yellow dog suddenly ran to Yi Feng's feet and rubbed his trouser legs with his little head. It wanted to act cute and escape from this terrible entertainment activity. Peng. With Yi Feng's strong kick, the little yellow dog flew directly back to the opposite large army. The first fruit fighting competition of Xinghuan sect begins. As Yi Feng's excited voice fell, everyone looked at each other and rushed to the piled 3-leaf figs. "Hit the little yellow dog, this dog will pierce the crotch as soon as it sees it, what a dog." "Master, they don't dare to hit you, do you really think they are afraid of you? That is to let you take up a place for punishment, you have to rush up and take the initiative to be beaten." "Handsome blood, so fun, don't release 2 kinds of life heart fire to roast spiritual fruits." "Junior brother Wufeng, you are holding a kitchen knife to cut spiritual fruits, are you playing the fruit cutting game?" Seeing everyone playing enthusiastically, Yi Feng was also very excited, and he shouted from time to time outside the field. What is this for?" At this time, Zhao Ting and Zhang Wushi also walked out from the peak road. Seeing the scene in front of them, they were all dumbfounded. 3-leaf fig. That's a 3-leaf fig. What the hell are these people doing? When Zhang Wushi saw that the spiritual fruit thrown by everyone had a special 3-leaf pattern, he was so shocked that his eyes almost burst. "Stop. You guys stop quickly." Before Zhang Wushi finished speaking, the golden eyes of the Golden Will Emperor looked directly at Zhang Wushi. "Zhang Wushi, let them stop. That's a 3-leaf fig, one of the top 10 spiritual fruits in the Tiandao battlefield. Even I have only eaten 3 in my life." Seeing that everyone was still throwing 3-leaf figs, Zhao Ting on the side was so distressed that he almost cried. "How can this be a small sect? It is simply a crazy and prodigal sect." "Hush." Hearing Zhao Ting's words, Master Zhang made a hushing gesture with a look of horror on his face, and looked at the Golden Will Emperor, who joined the battle again with fear, and then lowered his voice and said, "Young master, don't talk, this place is too scary." Hearing what Master Zhang said, Zhao Ting asked in confusion, "Master Zhang, you are a strong man who has withstood 8 heavenly thunder tribulations. Can this small sect scare you? Did you see the strong man in the errand robe? That is a powerful ascended master. He almost destroyed my soul with just one look. An ascended master works as an errand in a small sect. And the old man over there is also an ascended master. His soul strength is far superior to mine. If nothing unexpected happens, that guy is likely to be a soul cultivator who kills people invisibly. When Master Zhang said this, he was almost scared to death. For a sect of this level, are you afraid of knowing their identities? Even if the Qiang kingdom has 5 ascended-level national war gods, they dare not easily provoke such a small sect. It is no exaggeration to say that even if he and the prince died here today, the king would not dare to easily send the 5 national war gods to take revenge. You too, who are you? Yifeng walked over at this time, looking at the 2 people in confusion, and asked. My friend, who we are is not important now. What's important is, do you know what kind of spiritual fruit they are throwing now? Hearing Yifeng's words, Zhang Wushi also asked hurriedly. 3-leaf fig. One of the top 10 spiritual fruits in the Tiandao battlefield. What's wrong? Yifeng looked at Zhang Wushi innocently and asked back. What's wrong? You're still asking me what's wrong, since you know about the spiritual fruit, why don't you remind those people, isn't this a waste? Although the number of your 3-leaf figs is a bit too much. But this is not a reason for you to be a waste. My friend, where is the leader of your sect? Don't let them play, you name a price for these 3-leaf figs, I will buy them all. Suddenly thinking of something, Zhang Wushi looked at Yifeng and asked hurriedly. Chapter 157 Your Highness, you can't eat it, you can't eat it. Buy? Who the hell are you? Hearing that the other party actually wanted to buy his wasteful product, Yifeng's face immediately turned ugly. I am the national teacher of the Qiang kingdom, and this is the prince of the Qiang kingdom. Don't worry, we can definitely buy these 3-leaf figs. Zhang Wushi thought that Yifeng thought they couldn't afford it, so he directly told them their identities at this time. What about the prince's master? You are rich, but I am richer. I tell you, I am going to ruin my family with these 3-leaf figs, and even the King of Heaven can't stop me. After saying that, Yifeng ignored the 2 of them and returned to where he was standing before, shouting excitedly again. 1 minute. 2 minutes. 3 minutes. No, I can't stand it anymore. Seeing those extremely precious 3-leaf figs being wasted by everyone, Master Zhang couldn't help but shout loudly, Your sect master is here, these are 3-leaf figs, one of the top 10 spiritual fruits in the Tiandao battlefield. Even if a cultivator has been in the Tiandao battlefield for 100 years, he may not be able to encounter one. Don't be so wasteful. As Master Zhang's voice fell, everyone who was having fun suddenly stopped. 3-leaf figs. This is actually the legendary 3-leaf fig. They have always heard of but never seen the 3-leaf figs in their lives, and they are playing with them? Big Brother is awesome. You are willing to take out this kind of spiritual fruit to make us happy. After being shocked, Leng Wufeng excitedly picked up the spiritual fruit on the ground and threw it to the Golden Wheel Emperor beside him. After experiencing the Wanhua Valley, Leng Wufeng has completely realized that it doesn't matter whether it is precious or not, if you lose, it's all over. As Leng Wufeng opened the battle, everyone joined the battle again with a wry smile. So what? Who dared to stop Yifeng from squandering money? They should have thought of it long ago. How could the spiritual fruit Yifeng took out be an ordinary spiritual fruit? Crazy. Everyone in this sect is crazy. Are you all savages? Have you never been to the Tiandao battlefield? Have you never heard of 3-leaf figs? Master Zhang was really going crazy at this time. Those 3-leaf figs, hitting others, hurt his heart. Wait. Where is His Royal Highness the Crown Prince? Your Royal Highness, what are you doing? When Master Zhang thought of Zhao Ting, he was horrified to find that Zhao Ting had run to a nearby place and picked up the broken 3-leaf figs on the ground and started eating. Prince, you are the prince of the Qiang kingdom, how can you pick up the rotten spiritual fruit covered with mud on the ground and eat it? After a while. It smells good. That's the taste. Your Highness, we are lucky today, let's eat to our heart's content today. Looking at the broken three-leaf figs on the ground, Zhang Wushi felt that he had to eat enough today even if he died of fullness. Are these two guys sure they are not here to make fun of me? What kind of national master and prince, people of that status, would pick up rotten fruits on the ground and eat them? Looking at the two people who were sitting on the ground like beggars and grabbing the rotten fruits beside them and eating them, Yi Feng was also extremely speechless. After a long time. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing today's wasteful product. Reward 1,000 wasteful points. Reward 3-leaf figs * 10,000. Well. When Yi Feng saw that he had triggered a special reward, and it was 10,000 3-leaf figs, his face was also happy. This thing tastes really good. Stop eating. If you want, these rotten spiritual fruits are given to you, but you have to clean up the place thoroughly. Looking at Zhang Wushi and Zhao Ting, who were already full, but still eating, Yi Feng shouted in a speechless voice. Really? Hearing this, Zhang Wushi and Zhao Ting immediately showed an extremely excited look. So what if the spiritual fruits were rotten? The broken ones are also 3-leaf figs. It is no exaggeration to say that if they bring back the 3-leaf figs that are broken all over the ground, even the 5 great national gods of war will come to flatter them. Jinluan, tell me, who was beaten the most and who was beaten the least in the fruit fighting competition just now? Yi Feng would not really remember these, and had already handed them over to Emperor Jinluan. Young Master Yi, the sect master, was beaten the most times, and the little yellow dog was beaten the least times. Hearing Yi Feng's inquiry, Emperor Jinluan also hurriedly answered. Yi Feng. It's all your fault. If you hadn't told me to take the initiative to be beaten, I would have. Before Luo Qianxue finished speaking, she saw the 100 fresh 3-leaf figs in the space ring thrown by Yi Feng, and the rest of the words were instantly held back. Seeing Luo Qianxue's smile on her face when she left, everyone was stunned. She was so happy to get 5,000 marrow cleansing pills. Guzi, come here. I won't give you the space ring. These 100 3-leaf figs are yours. As he said that, Yi Feng placed 100 3-leaf figs in front of Guzi. What's going on? The 5,000 marrow cleansing pills that were promised turned into 100 3-leaf figs? The punishment that was promised before was actually Yi Feng's trick on us, or was it because the punishment was for Yi Feng's beloved master and the beloved little yellow dog, so the punishment was temporarily changed? Gulp. Whatever the reason, when everyone saw the little yellow dog looking at everyone with a smug look on his face and starting to eat the 3-leaf figs, and the dog's face showed an expression of enjoying the delicious food, they couldn't help swallowing their saliva. Master Zhang, what the hell is going on in this sect? I think I am the prince of the Qiang kingdom, and I am living worse than a dog? Looking at the rotten spiritual fruit in his hand, and then looking at the dog eating fresh 3-leaf figs not far away, who can bear this? Prince, people must learn to be content. With these rotten spiritual fruits, we will definitely stand up after returning to the kingdom. As for that dog, I am so envious. After saying that, Master Zhang continued to collect the rotten spiritual fruits on the ground with tears in his eyes. He was afraid that he would really collapse if he looked at it for a while. Everyone, you all have a share, 10 3-leaf figs each. I will hold as many competitions as possible in the future, but the punishment may be a marrow cleansing pill or other good things. What you will get depends on your fate. Hearing this, everyone went crazy. This is playing them to death, so next time, will they fight for the punishment quota? Yi Feng is simply the ceiling of the prodigal world. I don't know if he has many soul balls in his hand. I miss the volleyball game a little bit. Xiaochen is getting more and more addicted to this kind of game. After all, he is a participant in the first game created by Yi Feng. As for the table tennis game, he can no longer support that kind of game. Chapter 158 Senior Brother, I'm going to help you show off. This small sect is too arrogant. Seeing that everyone in the distance was eating fresh three-leaf figs, Zhao Ting felt that his heart was hit 10,000 times again. Master Zhang, you said that these three-leaf figs can't increase cultivation. Is it worth it for us to pick them up here? Zhao Ting, who was deeply shocked, looked at Master Zhang and asked. What if it can't increase cultivation? The three-leaf fig is because of its rarity. It is not only sweet and delicious, but also can support your face. Just these broken three-leaf figs, believe it or not, you can exchange them for a group of powerful people. Master Zhang looked at Zhao Ting and explained with a serious face. Hey! Then keep picking up. After hearing Master Zhang's explanation, Zhao Ting resigned himself to picking up the broken spiritual fruits on the ground again. Half an hour later. In the main hall of the sect. Are you the master and the crown prince of the Qiyang kingdom? After learning the identities of the two, Luo Qianxue also showed a hint of surprise. Whether it is Xinghuan sect or Xingji sect, they are actually within the territory controlled by Qiyang kingdom. Although there will be no intersection on weekdays, if other kingdoms come to attack Qiyang kingdom, they must send strong men from the sect to resist foreign enemies after receiving the summons from Qiyang kingdom. So you came here to collect protection fees this time? Knowing some of the situation in Qiyang kingdom, Yi Feng's mind instantly thought of the situation that countless sects need to pay protection fees to Qiyang kingdom every year. Protection fees? God damn protection fees. When did we say we were here to collect protection fees? Friend Yi Feng, our Qiyang kingdom will not collect protection fees from any sect. In addition to resisting foreign enemies, our kingdom will not interfere in any affairs of any sect. Zhang Wushi looked at Yi Feng and explained hurriedly. Hearing that the other party did not collect protection fees, Yi Feng was extremely speechless. This was different from the kingdom he imagined. No, you can collect some. Our sect has money. Thinking that this was a very good waste of money, Yi Feng also persuaded unwillingly. Hearing this, everyone in the sect looked up at the roof, and even the little yellow dog covered his face with his two front paws. They really couldn't stand it. They said they wouldn't charge protection fees, but you still gave them. Do you feel so bad if you don't ruin the family? No, no. Master Zhang was really going crazy when he heard this. Don't say that the Qiyang kingdom would never charge any protection fees, even if they really collect protection fees. Who dares to collect protection fees from your sect? The sect is small, but it is so powerful. A moment later. On the table, eating the food cooked by Bai Gang, Zhang Wushi and Zhao Ting were really numb. A kitchen cultivator, and such a high-level kitchen cultivator, they don't have one in their Qiyang kingdom. The living conditions of this sect are too damn good. To put it bluntly, the two of them don't want to leave now. As the national master and the prince, why are you here? After eating and drinking, Luo Qianxue also looked at the two with curiosity and asked. Looking for the pill god. A pill god appeared in our Qiyang kingdom. We want to find the pill god and ask him to refine a magic pill at any cost. This is related to the safety of the Qiyang kingdom. Hearing Luo Qianxue's inquiry, and seeing the look of Zhang Wushi, Zhao Ting said the purpose of their outing this time. Pill god? Magic pill? Hearing this, Luo Qianxue looked at Yi Feng with a strange look. The alchemy god you want to find is the one who trampled the divine pill into mud pill? Yi Feng looked at the two of them with some surprise and asked. Yes. Hearing the unanimous answer from Zhang Wushi and Zhao Ting, Yi Feng also smiled bitterly. He really wanted to say to them, you are so damn accurate, you found it in a flash, but I can't make pills. Then I wish you two can find the pill god as soon as possible. Yi Feng didn't want to admit his identity as the pill god. The last hangover soup is here. At this moment, Leng Wufeng came in with the hangover soup. Big brother, I suddenly remembered something. What kind of pill was the magic pill you made in Tianhen City before? Just as Leng Wufeng was about to leave, he suddenly turned around and looked at Yifeng and asked, blinking his eyes, as if to say, Big brother, I'm going to help you show off. Swish. Swish. Hearing Leng Wufeng's words, Zhang Wushi and Zhao Ting looked directly at Yifeng. Their eyes were filled with disbelief. The pill god they wanted to find was right in front of them? Young. Prodigal. Last name Yi. Isn't this all right? Got it. At this moment, Master Zhang and Zhao Ting finally understood why so many powerful people gathered in this small sect, because the god of alchemy was here. The purple arrow god of war, one of the 5 great national gods of war, had a relapse of his old injury. If he was not treated as soon as possible, he would have no choice but to ascend to the upper realm. Once he ascended to the upper realm, there would be only 4 gods of war left in the entire Qiyang kingdom. Facing the surrounding kingdoms that were eyeing him covetously, it would be really dangerous. Yifeng, the Qiyang kingdom is also protecting countless cultivators and ordinary people within its territory. Once it falls into war, let alone those ordinary people, even our cultivators will not have an easy life. And as far as I know, the royal families of many other kingdoms will not be as friendly to the many sects within their territories as the Qiyang kingdom. It is reasonable for us to contribute our meager efforts. Look at this sect master. The legendary divine pill can only be regarded as a meager effort. Thinking of this, Zhang Wushi and Zhao Ting were really convinced. From dogs to people in this sect, one is more arrogant than the other. Why should I take action for such a small matter? Since it has come to this, how can Yifeng admit defeat? Although he can no longer refine divine pills, he can have handsome blood. System, specify to open the 10-patterned 9th grade divine pill jars for me, no matter how many are opened, until 7 10-patterned 9th grade divine pills are opened. When asking the blood-sucking mantis to come over, Yifeng also directly issued instructions to the system. Ding. Open 2,340 God-level elixir jars, consume 234,000 loser points. Congratulations to the host for obtaining 7 God-level calamity-breaking pills. 7 God-level calamity-breaking pills open 2,340 God-level jars? 1% chance, isn't it guaranteed to open 1 out of 100? After learning about this, Yifeng also smiled bitterly. After all, he had made a mistake with his former physical education teacher. If you don't help, who will refine the God pills? Hearing Yifeng's words, Zhang Wushi and Zhao Ting also asked, in confusion. Chapter 159, Don't talk nonsense if you don't understand, who the hell turned your card? Young Master Yi, you're looking for me? Just as the two were asking, a blood-sucking mantis in a handsome white robe walked in from outside. Yifeng, you are not going to let it refine the magic pill, are you? After seeing the blood-sucking mantis, Luo Qianxue suddenly remembered that Yifeng said he gave the blood-sucking mantis 2 lifelong heart fires, and then asked in shock. Master, you guessed right, I am indeed going to let the blood-sucking mantis refine the magic pill. Hearing Luo Qianxue's question, Yifeng also smiled and gave a positive answer. This young master, are you a god-level alchemist? Master Zhang was also shocked. A small sect actually hid 2 god-level alchemists. This kind of thing is not something that people, dogs dare not believe. Young master? You are the young master. Your whole family are young masters. I am a mantis, a great demon mantis. Hearing what Master Zhang said, the blood-sucking mantis also directly retorted, actually calling him a young master. Who was he scolding? Mantis? Great demon mantis? A big demon can refine a magic pill? Is the heavenly Tao insane, or have we brainwashed him? A big demon can refine a magic pill? Master Zhang and Zhao Ting slapped themselves twice. They felt like they were dreaming. It was too fucking fantastic. Your Qiyang kingdom should have a ninth-grade alchemist who can refine that kind of pill. Let that alchemist guide it when the time comes. Although the blood-sucking mantis has not yet embarked on the path of alchemy, as long as its strength reaches the level of ascension, coupled with its innate heart fire that is enough to refine any grade of spiritual herbs, and the 9 dragons, burning heaven cauldron that devours the spiritual energy of heaven and earth to forcibly enhance the efficacy of the elixir, it is not difficult to refine the divine elixir. Handsome blood, eat all 7 elixirs. Remember, when you eat the last one, you must control the demonic spirit in your body, don't just fly away. Huh? Hearing Yifeng's last words, not to mention Zhang Guoshi, Zhao Ting and Luo Qianxue were confused, even the blood-sucking mantis was extremely confused. Why should I fly after eating an elixir? Boom. Less than 5 seconds after the blood-sucking mantis ate the first god-level calamity-breaking pill, a powerful demonic spirit instantly burst out from its body. The breath of withstanding 3 heavenly thunder tribulations. How is this possible? Before, its strength was only enough to withstand the aura of 2 heavenly Dao thunder tribulations. How could it swallow a pill and reach 3 heavenly Dao thunder tribulations without facing them? After feeling the aura of the blood-sucking mantis, Master Zhang's eyes were filled with disbelief. This magic pill is called the Breaking Tribulation Pill. Swallow one and you can cross a heavenly Dao thunder tribulation. There are 6 left. After eating them all, you will be a great demon who is about to ascend. Seeing the shocked and puzzled expressions of several people, Yifeng also explained aloud. There is such a pill. Hearing Yifeng's explanation, everyone couldn't believe their ears. The magic pill was tolerated, after all, you have personally refined the magic pill before, but they had never heard of this breaking tribulation pill. No matter if they were cultivators or great monsters, the thing that frightened them the most was the 9 heavenly thunder tribulations. How could you solve them with just a few pills? Boom. 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 Feeling the aura of the blood-sucking mantis getting stronger, Master Zhang on the side almost cried. He had gone through 8 heavenly thunder tribulations with life and death, but others could cross them with just a few pills. Who could withstand this? Monsters shed tears when they saw monsters, and people collapsed when they saw people. Why did I come to this sect? Zhao Ting on the side thought that he might also go through life and death to resist the heavenly thunder tribulations. Seeing the great monster in front of him crossing the heavenly thunder tribulations with a bang, he didn't want to practice anymore. Yifeng, this pill. Before Luo Qianxue finished, Yifeng interrupted directly, Master, don't worry, let alone yours, I prepared even Guzi's. After hearing the first 2 sentences, Luo Qianxue was just moved, but after hearing the latter sentence, she instantly felt uncomfortable, and even envied Guzi a little. In less than a minute, the blood-sucking mantis had swallowed all 7 god-level calamity-breaking pills. Is this the power of flying upgrade? It's really terrifying. The blood-sucking mantis felt the terrifying power contained in its body at this time, and it was really excited. It never dreamed that it would break through to the flying upgrade in this way, but this way of breaking through is so damn cool. Elder's courtyard, Xiao Chen, who was practicing in the courtyard, suddenly opened his eyes and looked directly in the direction of the sect hall. He was shocked and said, It's the breath of handsome blood. Did that guy take medicine? How come he became so powerful all of a sudden? The Golden Will Emperor, who was cleaning the courtyard, also stopped and looked in the direction of the sect hall and said secretly, The treasure that spans the heavenly thunder tribulation, how many good things does Yi Xiao have in his hand? In the sect hall, Zhang Guoshi and Zhao Ting saw the blood-sucking mantis carrying the 9 dragons, burning heaven cauldron on its shoulders, and burning different life-definition heart fires in both hands. They couldn't help but keep hitting their chests with their right fists. The big monster has 2 life-definition heart fires. The big monster wants to refine a god-level pill. Let alone the alchemist, the two of them now feel that their hearts can't stand it. This is too shocking. Master Zhang, let's go quickly, or I'm really afraid that I won't be able to bear the blow and die here. Go to the prince, I'm not even as good as a big monster. Zhao Ting said to Master Zhang with a broken heart. We must go, but we have to take this big monster with us. Master Zhang looked at Zhao Ting with a wry smile and said. Yi Feng, you go with me. If Shui Bishua fails to refine it, you will have to do it. At this time, Luo Qianxue looked at Yi Feng and said. Okay. Since Luo Qianxue said it, Yi Feng couldn't refuse. It just so happened that he also wanted to go to the imperial city of this kingdom to have a look. By the way, Shui Bishua and I are also quite bored. This time I'll take Bai Lao with me. Seeing that Zhao Ting, as the prince, had an old man like Master Zhang to follow him, Yi Feng was also ready to feel it. Outside the sect. Really? Are you really going to take me out? Even though he was ready to leave the sect, Bai Tianheng still couldn't believe it was true. Yi Feng had left several times recently, and they had studied it thoroughly. Anyone who went out with Yi Feng would definitely get a lot of benefits, so that the elders were looking forward to Yi Feng turning over their cards every time. It was precisely because of this that Bai Tianheng didn't expect happiness to come so suddenly, which really caught him off guard. Everyone, I'm sorry, Yi Feng turned over my card this time. Thinking of this, Bai Tianheng also showed a smug look and looked at the rest of the people and laughed. Turn over the card? Damn. You old man don't understand, don't talk nonsense, who turned over your card? Chapter 160, The War God Level Strongman Who Died the Most Aggrieved. When everyone saw Bai Tianheng's smug look, they were angry and envious. They also wanted to be turned over. Yi Feng also noticed the strange looks that many elders and senior brothers and sisters gave him, which made him panic inexplicably. Although he didn't know what was going on, he felt that he had to run away quickly. This is. When Yi Feng saw Zhao Ting take out a house-shaped flying spiritual weapon, his eyes suddenly lit up. Sitting in this kind of flying spiritual weapon would definitely be very comfortable. Yi Feng is no longer a novice in flying spiritual tools. He knows that flying spiritual tools cannot be made into anything he wants. The more complex the shape and the larger the size, the more difficult it is to refine, especially for high-grade flying spiritual tools. Leaving again. I'm really a little panicked. I hope you don't bring anyone back this time. The sect really can't accommodate them. Looking at Yi Feng and others who left, Luo Qianxue's face was full of worry. What? Handsome blood, are you now an ascended demon? In the flying spiritual tool, when Bai Tianheng learned about the current situation of the blood-sucking mantis, his eyes almost popped out of his head. Master Zhang, I don't know why, seeing the surprised look of this elder by now, my mood instantly improved. It turns out that people in this sect are also surprised by this situation. Seeing Bai Tianheng's appearance at this time, Zhao Ting seemed to have received a little comfort from the blow of the blood-sucking mantis's crazy breakthrough before. Your Highness, don't talk about you, I feel much better. Master Zhang also said with a smile. Old Bai, your current strength is the 3rd level of the Tribulation Realm, right? Your strength is too low. Hurry up and break through to the peak of the 9th level of the Tribulation Realm and survive the first Heavenly Thunder Tribulation. Then I will help you ascend directly. Yi Feng, who was standing aside, saw Bai Tianheng's surprised look and smiled and made his own promise when he first joined the sect. Old Bai was very nice to him. Huh? Master Zhang, the eldest prince, what are you doing? Seeing Master Zhang and Zhao Ting suddenly walk to the door and open it, Yi Feng couldn't help but think of a sentence, alone in the wind. Young Master Yi, we're fine. Master Zhang and I just want to be quiet. Feeling the cold wind slapping on their faces, Master Zhang and Zhao Ting were almost crying. They just got a little comfort, and then they suffered a 100,000 times critical strike. Who can bear this? That's a divine pill. Even if you are a god-level alchemist, you can't mass-produce it like cabbage. Ding. Remind the host, a foreign country's god of war appears in front of you, assassinating the target Prince Zhao Ting. At this moment, the system's prompt sound suddenly rang in Yifeng's mind. It seems that the big countries are also in chaos. As the crown prince, Zhao Ting's departure from the imperial city is definitely a secret, but it is still known by other kingdoms. This is very interesting. I'm afraid this journey won't be too boring. Yifeng thought to himself at this time. A few minutes later. Ha ha ha. Zhang Dongfeng, hand over the crown prince, and I will leave you a whole body. As an extremely arrogant laugh sounded, the flying spirit weapon also stopped. Not good. Seeing the person coming from outside, Master Zhang's expression changed drastically, and he quickly looked at Yifeng and said, "Young Master Yi, it's the protector of the kingdom of Leiwu. Handsome blood, leave it to you. The heaven-level furnace cauldron is responsible for attack, and the 9 dragons, burning heaven cauldron, is responsible for defense. Smash this protector of the kingdom into a pulp." Hearing this, the blood-sucking mantis showed hesitation and said, "Master, the 9 dragons, burning heaven cauldron, is my lifeblood now. I will change you a better one after ascending to the upper realm." Hearing this, the blood-sucking mantis hurriedly said, "Master, what is the replacement or not, whether it is the heaven-level furnace cauldron or the 9 dragons burning heaven cauldron, they are originally used for fighting, and alchemy is just a byproduct. Just see if I can smash the protector of the kingdom to death outside." With that, the blood-sucking mantis opened the door and walked out. Don't you feel sorry for the heaven-level furnace cauldron used for fighting? You feel sorry for that 9 dragons burning heaven cauldron. Is that the 9 dragons burning heaven cauldron more powerful than the heaven-level furnace cauldron? Wait. Heaven-level furnace cauldron. When Zhang Dongfeng and Zhao Ting reacted, they looked at the blood-sucking mantis outside with a furnace in each hand, and they were all dumbfounded. This big monster actually has a heaven-level furnace cauldron, and he uses it to fight. Do you want your sect to be so wasteful? You know, even the top alchemist worshipped by their Qiyang kingdom does not have a heaven-level furnace cauldron. Big monster? When He Hai saw the blood-sucking mantis coming out of the flying spiritual weapon, his face instantly showed a solemn look. He felt a trace of danger on the other party. That proves that the other party is a big demon that can ascend at any time. This is a matter between our Leiwu kingdom and the Qiyang kingdom. I hope you'd better not interfere. He Hai felt that even if he could kill the big demon in front of him, he would probably be seriously injured. If he could persuade the other party to leave, that would naturally be what he wanted to see most. What nonsense. Hearing the other party's words, the blood-sucking mantis rushed directly towards He Hai with 2 tripods in hand. What's going on? All of He Hai's attacks were blocked by the giant tripod with 9 dragon patterns. Is this still the most powerful war god in my heart? Looking at He Hai, who was chased and smashed by the blood-sucking mantis, Zhang Dongfeng and Zhao Ting couldn't believe their eyes. Both sides are big guys who can ascend at any time. Shouldn't the battle be evenly matched? 20 minutes later. Looking at the 2 tripods dripping with blood in the hands of the returning blood-sucking mantis, and looking at He Hai who was smashed into a pulp not far away, Zhang Dongfeng and Zhao Ting said that they were really scared to death. Too brutal. The battle just now was too brutal. This is definitely the most brutal battle they have ever seen in their lives. A powerful god of war was smashed into a pulp by a giant tripod. This impact had a huge impact on the 2 of them. Prince. Although the people or monsters in this prodigal sect look very friendly, they are really cruel when they attack. We must not offend them. Walking to a corner, Master Zhang lowered his voice to remind Zhao Ting. Master Zhang, do I need you to remind me of this? Especially the giant tripod with 9 dragon patterns, it can block all the attacks of the god of war. I suspect that this big monster can fight against the 5 war gods of our Qiang kingdom without being defeated, and maybe even kill 2 of them. After saying that, Zhao Ting turned his head and took a peek at the blood-sucking mantis. When he saw that the blood-sucking mantis was also looking at him, and gave him an extremely handsome smile, he was almost scared to tears.